The 6-stroke roll is an excellent rudiment with many applications on the drum kit, and in today's video I'm going to share with you 5 creative ways to use the 6-stroke roll in your beats, fills and solos. The PDF containing all the demonstrations is linked in the description. Let's dive in. So if you don't know what the 6-stroke roll is, it is one of the roll rudiments and it uses a combination of singles and doubles with accents and ghost notes. So the sticking goes right, left, left, right, right, left, and the accents are going to be on the start and at the end. So the first right and the last left. Sounds like this. And then of course you've got the left sticking, so we've got left, right, right, left, left, right. Great, so work on this rudiment slowly on a practice pad or on a snare drum. Really make sure that those accents, the first and last note, are really popping, so you can use rim shots and make sure you're getting a nice loud stroke. Then make sure all the ghost notes in between are nice and soft. So we're using low doubles, about an inch or two off the drum, really trying to get that nice contrast and texture in our 6-stroke rolls. All right, so the first application we're going to call the song finisher. So this is great, you know, the stereotypical drumming trash can ending. So when you finish a song, we're basically going to use the cymbals and we're swiping the accents on the cymbals and playing all the doubles on the snare drum. So it'll sound something like this. So as you can see, you're kind of going crazy, you know, it has that kind of busy ending energy. And I wouldn't only play that, you know, I was adding in a bit of a roll down the kit. I'm just playing singles down the kit and ending with a like, so all we're doing is we're just playing our right, left, left, right, right, left. We're adding a kick drum to each of the accents. And we're basically playing a kick drum with I'm using the right hand on the right cymbal and the left hand on the crash. So we're going right, left, left, right, right, left, right, left, left, right, right, left, right, and adding a kick to each of those cymbals. So it sounds like this slowly. So that one can be really great to use in the end of songs. You know, you do a slow down ending, hit the cymbals, maybe you want to do a few singles on the cymbals for a bit, and then you can go into your and add in the song finisher using the 6-stroke roll. Okay, so number 2, we're going to orchestrate the accents on the toms and play the ghost notes on the snare. So this is very similar to the first one. We're just changing the orchestration here, and this is really great to use in either fills or even in drum solos. So it'll sound something like this slowly. So yeah, basically again, we're using that sort of swiping motion just to get those accents out, always returning to the snare for the doubles, and then you get this and you can orchestrate this anywhere around the kit. You know, you could add in some hi-hats or play them on the snare, sounds like this. So that can be a great one to use in your fills and solos. Now let's have a look at how to use a 6-stroke roll in a groove context. So for number 3, this works really well when the 16ths are swung, and we're going to play a 6-stroke roll, kind of like 16th note triplets, on the hats in between your grooves. So this kind of acts as a little groove embellishment and adds a nice little bit of flavor, but without changing the groove too much. So all I'm doing here is I'm just playing the 6-stroke roll with the accent and the ghost notes on the hi-hats. Right, left, left, right, right, left. Now you want to make sure that you're not playing a ghost note on the right before you do this. That gets really tricky if you go, because you're basically giving yourself 1/16th note to get that left hand on the hats. So word of advice, I reckon if you play this, just play a right hand 8th note and then you have plenty of time to move that left hand across. So for example, So that's another great use, that you can use the 6-stroke roll in all your grooves. It does work in straight 16ths, it just has a different feeling. I like to use it when you're playing those kind of swung funk grooves. You can also, use some of the accents on the snare to mix things up. And then even, you can use the ghost notes on the snare too. Plenty of combinations, so have a play around with that. And that's use number 3. All right, so use number 4, we're going to use a sort of swiping motion when we're playing on the ride cymbal. So this is really great in a jazz context, but you can also use this playing in grooves when you're in the chorus, either on the bell or on the ride cymbal. And basically what we're going to do is we're going to play the first accent on the ride, the ghost notes on the snare, and then we're going to play the accent on the snare. So you kind of get this accent right before you go back to the ride, and it kind of creates this nice like swiping zhoo feeling. We're going to roll with that. Zhoo. I'm also playing a kick with that right hand. So we're playing right with kick, left, left, right, right, left. And you can either use a snare accent or you can also do a rim shot, which kind of adds that extra sound and texture to the fill. And so the final one is a challenging one, but can be really, really cool. So we're going to basically play the 6-stroke roll in 16th notes. So we get 1 E and 2 E. And then we're going to add 2 kicks and to make it an 8-note phrase. So this can either be used in 32nd notes or 16th notes in all your fills and your solos. And really slowly, it sounds like this. So this might take a bit of time to get used to with the different subdivision here. So I'd highly recommend chucking on the metronome, just on 16th notes, and playing along really slowly. Once that's comfortable, you can just slowly increase the speed until it becomes really natural, and then you can move it around the drum kit using some different orchestrations to come up with some cool ideas. So have a play around with these ideas using different subdivisions, different stickings or rudiments, and orchestrating them differently on the kit, and see what ideas you can come up with. If you're looking to take your drumming to the next level, I offer one-on-one online coaching, so if you're interested in that, just hit the link in the description. Don't forget to grab the PDF containing all the exercises within this video, and let me know what videos you'd like to see next. Please comment down below, it really helps me know how I can help you. And if you're looking to incorporate the left foot hi-hat in your grooves, then check out this video here on how to do that.